Network.
Spring is coming, but the specials are already here at Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State. Assorted cheese mix and bugle snacks, 2 for $4. Jack Link beef jerky, 3.25-ounce size, $6.99. Assorted Hershey king-size candy bars, 2 for $3. Assorted Kellogg's Pop-Tarts, 2 for $2. Great specials plus quality Argo gasoline is what you'll find at Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State. Clark's Pump and Shops. Return, refresh, refuel.
Hi, this is Kevin Johnston, Boyd County Clerk. I'd like to wish the Ashland Tomcats the best of luck in the state tournament. These athletes work hard on the court and in the classroom. I would just like to remind you of our 3 locations to serve our residents. 1505 Carter Avenue, Suite 100. 1315 Cannonsburg Road, located on the front side of Members Choice Credit Union, and at our Calixburg Courthouse location at 2800 Louisa Street. Again, just like to wish the Ashland Tomcats the best of luck at state.
Why is Morehead State a top 25 university in the South? MSU offers great college classes, flexible schedules, safe campus, and quality, affordable education in a student-focused learning environment. MSU students excel in small classes taught by dedicated faculty and staff committed to success and placing you on a career path. Soar higher at Morehead State University. Visit our website at moreheadstate.edu. When you're checking into insurance for you, your family, or your business, check with Charles Adams Insurance, your trusted, locally owned independent insurance agency. Charles Adams Insurance is now operating with locations in both Ashland and Greenup. See Charles Adams Insurance for all your personal and business insurance needs. Call 606-325-9709. Charles Adams Insurance wishes the Ashland Tomcats the best of luck in the state tournament.
Back here in pregame coverage at K-Woods Court here in Lexington, Kentucky, at Rupp Arena. James Collier, Kent Robinson, and can't you look at Ashland and a probable run they made through for their 5th consecutive time to head to Rupp Arena as the Region 16 champs. 73-51 thumping of Boyd County. They led wire to wire.
Sure did.
And the way they shot the basketball it made them even more difficult than they already were.
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, they come out from the locker room out there at the LST Johnson Arena shooting lights out. They were shooting 3 balls, and that's what got them through a couple tournament wins out there. They were draining so many threes, and, you know, the other side of things, Boyd County just kind of got buried in that hole and could never really come out of it. And once again, you know, Ashland warming up right in front of us, even though they're the visiting team, you know, 5th region titles. You know, they're doing something right there at Ashland Blazer, no question about it.
And, you know, the thing to look at, this team as compared to what was here last year, there's a couple of guys that saw some action on the floor, Xander Carter and Tucker Conway, but it was highly led by Cole Villers, Colin Porter, and I talked with Coach Bonner just a little while ago. I said, how much do you lean on those guys of Xander and Tucker to kind of give you that experience that, you know, that at least they've been on the floor? And he said, it's going to be very huge for those guys to try to settle everybody in and just try to let this become another basketball game.
Well, another thing that you add to this Tomcat ball team, they've got somebody on the floor they didn't have last year. And that's number 21, Race DeBoard. He brings, not only did Ashland have a pretty nice nucleus, but when DeBoard comes from Boyd County, Ashland, that's made him even stronger.
Yeah, another guard up top to where he and Xander Carter can work as the point guard positions. But it'll be an intriguing matchup.
Right.
You look at Rod Drake and Owensboro, his 15th season there in Owensboro, and one of the things that they're going to do is press. Ryan Bonner said when they stepped off the bus, they expected Owensboro to be waiting for them at the door.
Right.
They're going to press them from the word go, and I talked with Coach Drake just a while ago, and he said, if it's broke, don't fix it. He said it's what it's worked since he's been there, and they're going to keep doing it.
And that's what he did, you know, even before he got to Owensboro, the schools that he has been before he landed there. That's his bread and butter. That's what got him there. That's what got Owensboro here to play in the state tournament game tonight. Well-respected coach in the state of Kentucky, and he's doing good things in Owensboro right now.
He's got some great pieces of the puzzle. It all starts with Kenyatta Carbon, the 5'11 senior guard, averaging 22 points, 7 rebounds a game, had 31.6 boards in the region final win over Owensboro Catholic, went 11 of 13 from the free throw line. They did not shoot the three-pointer very well, 2 of 11 in that game, but that was something that they were able to get several guys going. Another one of those is Jairius Webb, 6'5 senior, averaging nearly 11 points, 6 rebounds a game. He went for a double-double. 6'5", that poses a problem for Ashland with its size.
Well, and that's the thing. Ashland don't really have any size. I mean, yeah, you look at Carter and, maybe Adkins, but Webb and Taylor, they've just got what you've seen on film from them and what you've heard from the folks we've been hearing day number one, just the length. It's kind of like they're not as good as Warren Central. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking them, but you saw what Warren Central did, crashing the boards and assisting the balls, and that's what he likes to do with his ball club, he being Coach Drake.
Well, let's take a break. When we return, we'll talk with both head coaches. We'll start first with Ryan Bonner of Ashland. Rod Drake with Owensboro will follow. We'll meet our starting lineups and get you ready for the final game of day number one. Winner of this one plays Warren Central on Friday. And our coverage continues after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Wouldn't it be nice to start your day with a homemade breakfast and a freshly ground whole bean roasted cup of coffee? Well, at Tudor's Biscuit World, every day starts with freshly cracked eggs, sizzling bacon and sausage. And you can't forget the mouth-watering made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits hot from the oven. Whether you're spending it with us or taking it to go, mornings always sound this great at Tudor's. Sounds great, tastes better. Tudor's Biscuit World.
Doubt, stress, anxiety, frustration, that was yesterday. Today is your day to get back on track to a brighter future. At Ashland Community and Technical College, we're open and ready to help now. With ridiculously affordable, amazingly flexible classes that can lead to highly paid positions in IT, healthcare, and more. The real world's tough, but not as tough as you. Visit kctcs.edu/findyourcareer.
Scott Sharp, your 100th district representative, wishes the best of luck to the Ashland Tomcats in the Boys Sweet 16. Just as Scott Sharp works hard for you, he understands the hard work each team puts in to get to the state competition. As your representative, his team puts forth all they have for the betterment of Kentuckians. Continue to strive to be the best, young athletes. Best of luck to the Tomcats from your 100th district representative, Scott Sharp.
Radio Network, going with Ashland head coach Ryan Bonner. Coach, first off, congratulations making it to the big stage.
Yeah, excited to be here, excited to represent the 16th region. Our kids are just tickled to death. They've really soaked up every moment leading up to this point. So as a coach, that was good to see them enjoying each and every piece of this.
I know yesterday you guys produced some walkthroughs. Today you guys came over, watched some of the early morning sessions, got to walk in this afternoon at Transy. Take me back through the kind of everything you guys have been able to do so far.
Yeah, we got a great practice in yesterday evening at Great Crossing High School. Coach Steve Page was able to help get us to the gym yesterday, had a really good practice. And then we woke up this morning and went over to Transy and had a good shoot around and got to see a heck of a basketball game over here at 11 o'clock between J-Town and
Woodford County.
Woodford County, yeah. Great basketball game. It was a slugfest. Our kids really enjoyed it, and were able to get them off their feet for a few hours after that. And then about 5 o'clock, we started our pregame and our film and scouting report, and got them here, and won't be long before we get to take the floor. And like I said, our guys, it's just really cool to see just our guys really soak up each and every second of all this, because it's hard to get here, and you don't want to take it for granted.
You look at the guys, there were some players that saw action last year when they were here, but not the minutes that you would see because of the guys that was there with Ethan, Colin, and Cole. How much do you lean on those guys, such as Tucker, as Xander, that had some opportunities to step on the biggest stage?
You definitely lean on that experience, and you also, as a team, you have to lean on your preparation. It's games like these and moments like these where I truly believe that, the preparation is going to help alleviate a lot of the nervousness and the anxiety that you have going into a game of this magnitude, because you know what you're going to see. You know what you're going to get every single possession, and there's not as many questions going on in the back of your mind. So our guys have done a great job with the preparation leading up to this point. It's just about putting it together now.
You like the way that your team really started to come together there in the regional tournament. You shot the basketball extremely well.
Yeah, we did. We shot the ball well, and I thought we shared the ball well, too. You know, that last game against Boyd Race, the board had 9 assists. You know, again, I thought our guys did a really good job of making the extra pass. And, you know, a lot of that was because of our spacing and our ability to attack and transition. And, you know, that's not going to change tonight. We're going to be who we are. We're going to do what allowed us to get here.
I know you and I, we talked on Saturday. You said one of the things you expect, you're going to see a lot of pressure from this Owensboro team. Very long and athletic, but if you can break that press, you've got numbers on the backside.
Yeah, they're going to really look to pressure us on the front end, whether they're in the half court or the full court. And as long as we have good spacing and we handle that pressure effectively, I really do feel like on the back end of that, we'll have some opportunities at the rim and beyond the arc.
What's something that really concerns you about what they do very good that you've seen on the field?
Oh, their transition offense. They are fast, man. They're the fastest team that I've seen on film all year, and they really use that to their advantage, especially off of miss. They have 5 guys, essentially, that can push the ball for them. So it's like they have 5 quick point guards, you know what I mean? So we have to do a really good job of sprinting back, not necessarily to protect the 3, but to protect the rim.
Coach, good luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Coach Ryan Bonner of Ashland. Our coverage continues after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
A lot of folks are paying their bills online. It's safe, accurate, and very convenient. If you would like to know more about banking online, stop by the bank and we can get you going. Cutting-edge technology with a first-name, friendly, hometown, personal touch. First in People's Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC. We are the home office.
Lewis Family Care on Midland Trail in Ashland is board certified. Family medicine, primary care clinic accepting new patients. If it's osteopathic, manipulative therapy you need, see Dr. Matthew T. Lewis, D.O. For other family medical needs, see Eilena Boggs, PRN. Call 606-928-7755 for the caring, professional, board certified medical practitioners at Lewis Family Care, your primary care clinic, 6572 Midland Trail Road, Ashland. That's 606-928-7755.
Let the Roark Insurance Agency in Flatwoods, Grayson, or Morehead, Kentucky, with over 25 years of combined experience with nationwide insurance, take care of you and your family. Call 606-836-6666 to join the nation and the Roark Insurance Agency, providing auto, homeowners, and life insurance with coverage you can count on, protecting your house, personal property, and your life to meet your needs, life, and budget. Call 606-836-6666 for the Roark Insurance Agency.
Success comes with teamwork. At Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union, we have one goal, one team, with people helping people. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union salutes all the athletes who strive to be their best, as do all your friends at Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. 2321 Carter Avenue, Ashland. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and an equal housing lender.
Network joined with Owensboro head coach Roger Drake. Coach, congratulations first off making the field.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's always an honor to be here. And I tell our kids this is my Disney World trip right here, so I enjoy this.
It was a tough trip to get out of Region 3. Again, Owensboro Catholic, a very tough team, but you guys found a way to beat them twice there late on, and especially during the region championship.
Yes, we ended the regular season on 3-game skid, and of course, we swept the district and region. And coach is cliche. We got hot at the right time. So, and like I said, we quality teams in our double-digit, leads and finals. So we'll play our best basketball at the right time.
You've been doing this for a few years. What's the one thing you look at your team that you like about your makeup this year?
Good kids, quality kids. You get them to do, when you get good people, they work hard, they look out for each other, they care about each other, and they'll get after it. So that's why I enjoy these kids.
What's the one thing you've really been motivated from you being a long-time head coach from what this group brings to the table this year?
Excitement. They bring a lot of excitement, and the community loves them. So, that's hard to beat when everybody likes them. Like I said, I'm not exaggerating, they're a great group of kids. They'll be assets to our community for a long time.
I talked with Coach Bonner last week. He said one of the things he expected from the guys, he said they're going to press us when they get off the bus.
Yes, sir.
That's something you really bring to the table.
Yeah, we really love enjoying that. And when you do that, when you guys buy into it, you play a lot of people. And so we get after it. And we've been doing it since I've been here. So we've had success with it. Why stop?
one of the things he pointed out, too, he said, you guys will press in the full court. Sometimes you'll press in half court, and you like to mess it up. And whenever you do that, it kind of keeps teams guessing.
It does. And we got to, we do. We got to keep them on the heels. And like I said, it keeps us tentative. We don't, I think when we slow down, pace and play, it hurts us. So we like to play the full 32.
When you look at the way Ashland likes to play, it's a track meet with them as well. This one, you better lace them up.
Yeah, it's going to be a track meet as well, so we're looking forward to it. I'm sure they are as well.
They've got a couple of dynamic guards up top with Carter and the board that they really share the basketball. They space themselves really well, and they've been shooting the basketball really well as well.
Pretty good. Two quality young men, basketball players, and they're presenting a lot of problems for us. So we'll have to strap it up, play. I mean, it's not going to be a gimme. They're here. They didn't back their way in here as well, so look out for a good basketball game.
One thing on that marker board tonight, you say you got to make sure that happens for you guys to come out here with a win. What is it?
50-50 balls and defense without fouling.
Coach Rod Drake, congratulations getting here. Good best of luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll continue our coverage right after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
Visit Broadway Books, 1537 Winchester Avenue, Ashland. Or come see them at the Paramount Arts Center for a performance by David Sedaris on April 6th and a book signing. Or join them for one of their many book clubs. Be a part of their tournament of books. Follow them on Facebook to vote for your favorite book throughout the tournament. There will be random prizes during the tournament, and if you pick the winner, you get a chance for a $50 gift card. Broadway Books, 1537 Winchester Avenue, across from the Cameo Arcade and Cool Hits 105.7, downtown Ashland. Since 1959, Ashland Office Supply Office USA has been your one-stop shop for all your product needs, offering great service, competitive pricing, and quality products from general supplies like pens, calendars, and envelopes, ink supplies including laser toner, inkjet cartridges, ribbons, and paper, to equipment like laser printers, inkjet printers, fax machines, and shredders. Ashland Office Supply Office USA has it all. Go online to Ashland 2100 29th Street, Ashland.
Introducing
2100 29th Street, Ashland.
Introducing Ashland, Kentucky's newest LS tractor dealer. But with a very familiar name, Gillum Service and Repair has all your power equipment needs and is freshly stocked just in time with tractors, implements, and genuine LS parts. Gillum's has all you need to make rural living smoother. Stop in and check them out today at Gillum Service and Repair, 8611 US 60 Ashland. Ashland, Kentucky's newest LS track dealer. Gillum's is hardcore lawn gear. For some great tasting sweet treats.
The Summit Giovanni's. Call 606-928-KATE and check them out on Facebook.
Getting you ready for Ashland and Owensboro. James Carter, Kent Robinson. Kent, you've heard from both head coaches. We've seen both teams. Keys of the game here. We'll start first with Owensboro.
Well, I think just what Coach Drake said, we want to hit them as soon as they come out of the locker room. 50-50 balls. He wants to cut down on turnovers. If you're Ryan Bonner, you're here again. You got a new guy with you that's brought you this far, and just try to continue Owensboro's quickness and the length and what I like to call the spurtability, because they're going to try to, and Ashland can do this, but Owensboro's going to try to run up and down the floor, but I think Ashland can hang with them for a little bit longer. But, Ashland did that at Morehead for 3 games, so that shouldn't be a problem. I think the key for both teams is just get off to a good start, keep your starters out of foul trouble, and just watch on the turnovers.
I talked with Coach Drake there at the end of the interview, and I said, it's going to be a track meet, and he said, lace them up, baby. It's going to be a fun one for 32. Yeah. And when you've got two teams like this that likes to get it up and down the floor, Ashland averaging 74 a game, Owensboro averaging 72, both giving up roughly about 62, 64 a game. Very comparable across the board. Ashland and Owensboro, they shoot it exactly the same. 48% from the field. Ashland a little bit longer from long range. Much better from the charity stripe, though. And that was something in the region finals. Owensboro only shot at 65% from the charity stripe. Got there 6 times, hitting 17. Ashland on the other side, they were very efficient from the free throw line throughout the entire 16th region tournament. 80% of that went over boys.
And that's getting it done, and they've got good free throw shooters, and that might come down to this evening. Not sure. Just have to see how the game plays out, but we're getting close to tip-off. The winner of this one will play a very, very good Warren Central Ball Club, who knocked off Pulaski County just earlier, 80-55. Ashland will be the visiting team to the right of us, and we'll be right behind the Owensboro bench with head coach Drake.
So winners earlier this morning, and it was in the second game, E-Town knocking off McCracken County 48-44 in that first quarter, and they were super strong as they advanced on into the round of 8. That'll play on Friday, and they'll play the winner of this contest here. Sixth time these two teams have met up in the 16th region, or the Sweet 16. Ashland has won the previous 5. We'll take a break for the national anthem. When we return, our starting lineups and tip-off after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
Let the Roark Insurance Agency in Flatwoods, Grayson, or Morehead, Kentucky, with over 25 years of combined experience with nationwide insurance, take care of you and your family. Call 606-836-6666 to join the nation and the Roark Insurance Agency, providing auto, homeowners, and life insurance with coverage you can count on, protecting your house, personal property, and your life to meet your needs, life, and budget. Call 606-836-6666 for the Roark Insurance Agency.
Hi, this is Kevin Johnston, Boyd County Clerk. I'd like to wish the Ashland Tomcats the best of luck in the state tournament. These athletes work hard on the court and in the classroom. I would just like to remind you of our 3 locations to serve our residents: 1505 Carter Avenue, Suite 100, 1315 Cannonsburg Road, located on the front side of Members Choice Credit Union, and at our Calixburg Courthouse location at 2800 Louisa Street. Again, just like to wish the Ashland Tomcats the best of luck at state.
Our national anthem being performed here. It's time to take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Texas Roadhouse, where you'll find great steaks and more. And our officiating crew, brought to you in part by Tri-State Ophthalmology. For complete eye care, see the good folks at Tri-State Ophthalmology. Region 16's representative, Mikey Wisman, was the alternate official in the game with Warren Central.
Yeah.
Got to talk with him a little bit. First trip for him to come down to the Sweet 16.
Had to be excited.
Absolutely. I talked to him. I said, do you get a game tomorrow? He said, I hope so.
Well, let's hope he does.
We'll see.
He's a very good official back home.
Absolutely. Owensboro will be in the white jersey tonight, white and tops and bottoms, red and black stripes across the sleeves and the shorts. Owensboro in red across the chest, and the red numerals across the front and the back for the home team on the scoreboard. Ashland in the maroons tonight, maroon tops and bottoms, the white numerals across the front and the back. And they'll be the visitors on our scoreboard. Let's go to our public address announcer and meet tonight's starting lineups.
2023 UK Healthcare Kentucky High School Athletic Association Boys Sweet 16, celebrating the 105th anniversary of Kentucky State Championship Basketball Tournament, the greatest show in hoops. Tonight's game features the Tomcats of Ashland Blazer, champions of the 16th region, your visiting team, and the Red Devils of Owensboro, champions of the 3rd region, your home team. Here are your players' starting lineups for tonight's game in alternating fashion, beginning with the visiting team. For Ashland Blazer, at guard, number 2, Xander Carter. Number 1. For Owensboro, at guard, number 2, Jonathan Moss. For Ashland Blazer, at forward, number 5, Asher Adkins. For Owensboro, at guard, number 11, Cayman Powell. For Ashland Blazer, at guard, number 15, Tucker Conway. For Owensboro, at guard, number 12, Kenyatta Carbon. For Ashland Blazer, at guard, number 21, Race DeBoard. For Owensboro, at guard, number 22, Talus Taylor. For Ashland Blazer, at forward, number 25, Tristan Davis. For Owensboro, at center, number 22, Jai Webb. Now introducing the head coaches for the Tomcats, Ryan Bonner. For the Red Devils, Rod Drake. Your game officials are David Swift, Terry Carter, and Kyle Adams. The alternate is Adam Ryder.
Our tip-off tonight is brought to you in part by Red 8 RX Pharmacy in Greenup, a new pharmacy with old-fashioned values located behind Belfont Medical, just off US 23. Tyler Flawhard Pharmacist. Open 9 through 6 Monday through Friday and 2 to 6 on Saturday. And our first quarter is brought to you in part by Leaf Clark Wealth Management. Let Leaf help you with all your retirement needs. Hey, that's what he does. Okay. Carter and Webb, center court. Ashland will work it from right to left as I view it here at K-Woods Court, as we're about ready to get things underway for the final game of day number 1 here in the Boys Sweet 16. or as they say it, the Sweet.
The Sweet. PA guys losing his voice down there a little bit.
There's our whistle for play. Ball is in the air. Ashland has the tip as Asher Atkins corrals it in, takes it out to race the board, and off we go. Ward races it into the front court, hands it off to Carter. Man-to-man pressure being applied by Owensboro to open things up. Here's the board between the rings. All over him is Powell. Kicks it off to Carter. Carter on the wing, right side, comes down the lane, goes with a scoop shot from the left side. It rolls on the rim and falls through. Ashland takes the lead, 2-0. Here's Carbon racing it ahead. Left side now to Powell, back in between the rings. Moss will look it off to the right side. Moss off now to the left side, high post, or excuse me, down on the low post. Ball tipped out. Ashland nearly forcing a turnover. Here's Powell, back to Moss. Now off to the near side, they'll go in the post. That's down to the big man Webb. 3 from the corner is good as Tyler Taylor dials up a Clark's Pump and Shop 3 ball, and Owensboro has the lead 3-2. Here's the board, kicks it out. Carter, long threes on the way, no, front iron short. Jai Webb with a rebound. Moss takes it into the front court. He'll take it down into the corner. That's Carbon. Cut off there by Asher Atkins. High post Webb. He'll go to the rack. Shot is up, no good. Tristan Davis with a rebound. Down by 1 are the Tomcats. The board jogs it into the front court. He'll be met at the midcourt stripe by Powell. Puts it in overdrive. Kicks it out to Atkins. Corner threes on the way. That one's off the mark. Misses everything. We'll kick it out to Webb. He's got a 2-on-1. Stops on the bank. Shot off the right side for Davis. Atkins brings it out to the board on the left side next to the Owensboro bench. The board gets a screen out to himself, brings it front court with a 3-point lead. Ahead Webb in the paint, good.
Owensboro off to a very good start, 7-2.
Webb with his last 2 trips, 2 buckets, and they lead this one by 5 as we approach the 5.5 point here in the first. Here's Carter off the right side, falls down, loses the basketball. Carbon takes it ahead. He'll go right at Tucker Conway, and shot is up, no good. A hard foul. Rod Drake wanting a intentional foul. None's given there.
Player's still down, James. Took a hard spill. Now he gets up.
Kenyatta Carbon is going to step to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line and shoot 2. Foul was on Tucker Conway, his team's first. 5:27 to play here in the opening period. Owensboro leads this one 7-2 on a 7-0 run over the last 98 seconds. So Kenyatta Carbon averaging 22 a game, 68% free throw shooter. Went 11 of 13 from the foul line in the region championship win over Owensboro Catholic, in which they defeated them 63-41. First free throw was up as good. It's an 8-0 run, and it's 8-2. Great start for the Red Devils. 4 championships in their history. Last coming back in 2015. Carbon hits both. He's in the scorer's book with his first 2 points. It's a 9-0 run, and it's a 9-2 lead. Now they show a little pressure in the backcourt. Here's Carter. Kicks it ahead, Atkins. Down to the corner, Conway. Spot up threes on the way. Front iron short. Gets his own rebound. Floater in the lane. Left that one short the entire way. Conway fighting for the rebound. Tries to throw it off the near side to Doss. Doss saves it right in front of his bench. Here's Taylor. Gives it off to Doss on the UK logo. Center court. Chance to push the lead to double digits. Doss spots up. Straightaway threes on the way. Yes.
Timeout.
Jonathan Moss makes it a 12-0 run and a 30-second timeout requested by Ashland.
Well, you visit Lexington for work or play. Plan to stay at the newly renovated Homewood Suite, located off I-75 in the Hamburg Pavilion. With studio and 1-bedroom suites, you'll find all the modern comforts of home, including a full hot breakfast daily, evening social on Wednesday night, free Wi-Fi and a fitness center, pool and a sports court. Don't forget the fire pit and the outdoor kitchen. Call 859-543-0464 to make your reservation. You can make your home away from home in Lexington. The Homewood Suites by Hilton at Hamburg. Well, a very good start for Owensboro, shooting 80%, 4 of 5 shooting. Ashland needs to get it in gear, JC. 17%, 1 of 6 shooting, 0 of 3 from downtown Tripletown.
They just have not looked settled for the way that they've started off this basketball game. A couple of shots well off the mark. Nate Freeze to the scores table will check in on the next dead ball. Here's a shot off in the corner, and that one is swatted away as Kenyatta Carbon sends it into the front row. Freeze in for Asher Atkins, a Stokes Pharmacy substitute. Freeze, a 6'5 junior, had a big game there in the championship. 17 points. He was 8 of 10 from the field. Here's Carter. Comes left elbow, stops, turn around, jumper, 12-footer's good.
Much needed.
He's got all 4 of the Ashland points, and then Owensboro steps over the end line, so Jonathan Moss creates the turnover, and it's Ashland basketball. Here's Freeze for a 3-ball, no. Carbon with the rebound. Working on race to board. He'll bring it into the front court. 4.5 to go here in the first. Takes it off to the left side, looking underneath. He'll feed it off to the left side. Taylor stops on the free throw line. Pull-up jumpers off the mark, no good. DeBoard with the rebound. Here come the Tomcats. Takes it off to the right side. Tries to get dribble drive on the baseline. Tight rope in the line. Comes down the center of the lane and throws it away. Goes to Davis. He couldn't handle the fill. In transition, Carbon leaves it short. Webb with a follow. Can't get it to go home. It goes back to him after a tip drill. Ball still loose. Inside is Kenyatta Carbon, and he finishes at the rim for his first field goal, and the lead's back to 10.
A lot of tries and a lot of quickness in this team in the white jersey tonight.
Here's DeBoard, brings it near side. Davis for a 3-ball, got it. Clark's bump and shot triple for Tristan Davis, his first bucket of the ball game. Webb spins in the lane. Tucker Conway steps in and forces the tie-up, and the alternating possession arrow favors the Red Devils. Owensboro 47-40 in the Sweet 16. This is their 45th trip, as we'll get Deshaun Sanders, the Stokes Pharmacy substitute, coming off for Tyler Taylor. 4 championships in their history. Last in 2015. They also won it in 1980, 1972, and 1949. Here's Webb working on Freeze. Had it raked away for a moment. Kicks it out onto the wing. 3:20 to play here in the first. 7-point lead. Pull up 3, no good. Boxed out by Freeze. Here comes DeBoard. DeBoard finds a seam to the rack. Finger roll at the rim, good.
And that's what he did out in Morehead. And Coach Drake, Mr. Carter, wants a timeout.
Full timeout. 14-9 our score. Owensboro in front. We're back after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
When you're checking into insurance for you, your family, or your business, check with Charles Adams Insurance, your trusted, locally owned independent insurance agency. Charles Adams Insurance is now operating with locations in both Ashland and Greenup. See Charles Adams Insurance for all your personal and business insurance needs. Call 606-325-9709. Charles Adams Insurance wishes the Ashland Tomcats the best of luck in the state tournament. Success comes with teamwork. At Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union, we have one goal, one team, with people helping people. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union salutes all the athletes who strive to be their best, as do all your friends at Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. 2321 Carter Avenue, Ashland. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and an equal housing lender.
Back here at K-Woods Court, 14-9, Owensboro in front. Let's go to Jim Forrest for a report from Ashland.
Well, Coach Ryan Bonner telling his ball club, hey, we've got to do a better job on ball screens. Don't worry about the back screens, just do ball screens, and let's get some good shots. And defensively, we've got to rotate a little bit better and look for them to try and get some open threes, a little bit better looks than they've been getting.
Thanks, Jim. Listening to Ron Drake there in the timeout, he told his team, stop running with the pack, run the floor.
Yeah.
And that's something that he feels that their team can do. They've got the ability to get it up and down the floor very well. We'll see how things transpire here after both teams have settled in. We'll get our media timeout here as well on the other side of this, as Jonathan Moss will bring it across the midcourt stripe. 3 minutes to play here in the opening period, leading by 5. They've led it by 10 twice. Ashland still in man-to-man. Here's Sanders on the wing right side. Feeds it off now to Powell. High post Webb on the left elbow. Here's Powell down the left side. Good off the window with a Kentucky Farmers bank shot. His first bucket of the contest. And that pushes the lead to 7. DeBoard knifing his way through. Has his pocket picked. Out in transition. Sanders touches it off inside as he gives it to Carbon for his 6th. Third Ashland turnover of the basketball game. Quickly a 2-2-1 press being applied by the Red Devils. Here's Carter. Goes to Freeze out of the corner right side. DeBoard pulls the trigger. 3 balls on the way. Rolls up. No good. Freeze kicks out the rebound. Here's Carter. Spot up 3. That one's short. Davis has a rebound underneath. That's 2 air balls by the Ashland Tomcats. Freeze wants a 3. It's on the way. No. Nice rebound by Webb out in transition. Here's Carbon. Racing ahead on the right side. Draws contact. Throws it off the side of the backboard. Tries to tip it up and in. Will not go through. Sander Carter pulls out the rebound. Here he comes and the Tomcats. Carter to the rack. Off the right side. Good in transition as he goes coast to coast for his 6th. Lead down to 7. We approach the 92nd mark here in the opening period. Deshaun Sanders feeds it off in between the rings to Powell. Left of point now. Braxton Jennings, the Stoltz Pharmacy substitute, coming in on that dead ball. Still have immediate timeout to get in if we get a stoppage in play before the end of the quarter. Ooh. Here's a long-range jumper off the right side. No good by Sanders. Nate Freeze with a rebound, and then a takeaway by Carbon as he puts it up for his 8th.
Let's do it right to him.
Carter ahead. Double teamed out near midcourt. Off to DeBoard. DeBoard, a little hesitation. Spin move in the lane. Goes from the left to the right. Shot won't go home. He's still on the deck. Freeze with a rebound out to Jennings. He bangs home the triple. A Clark's pump and shot 3 ball by Braxton Jennings. Inside of a minute to go, it's down to 6. Out of between the rings. Kenyatta Carbon wants it. Sanders to handle the basketball. Now Moss will come and get it. See if Owensboro holds for the final shot of the first. 30 seconds to play in period 1. Powell standing out. Powell out with the basketball. Jennings comes out and applies a little pressure on him. Got into the quarter. Sanders. He'll drive on Davis on the baseline. Shot up no good. Braxton Jennings fighting for the rebound underneath. Saves it on the far sideline. Ashland with 12 seconds ahead. Here comes DeBoard. DeBoard out to Davis. Left side 3's on the way. No. Xander Carter flies in for a rebound. Turnaround jumper in and out. No good. Davis puts it up. No. At the horn. And that takes us to the end of quarter number 1. Owensboro 20, Ashland 14. Quarter 2 when we return after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
The first quarter has been brought to you by Leaf Clark Wealth Management. Let Leaf help you with all your retirement needs. Hey, that's what he does. Introducing Ashland, Kentucky's newest LS tractor dealer. But with a very familiar name, Gillum Service and Repair has all your power equipment needs and is freshly stocked just in time with tractors, implements, and genuine LS parts. Gillum's has all you need to make rural living smoother. Stop in and check them out today at Gillum Service and Repair, 8611 US 60 Ashland. Ashland, Kentucky's newest LS tractor dealer. Gillum's is hardcore lawn gear.
Visit Broadway Books, 1537 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, or come see them at the Paramount Arts Center for a performance by David Sedaris on April 6th and a book signing, or join them for one of their many book clubs. Be a part of their tournament of books. Follow them on Facebook to vote for your favorite book throughout the tournament. There will be random prizes during the tournament, and if you pick the winner, you get a chance for a $50 gift card. Broadway Books, 1537 Winchester Avenue, across from the Cameo Arcade and Cool Hits 1057, downtown Ashland.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Hogs Trough in Grayson. For great tasting barbecue and more, the place to go is the Hogs Trough in Grayson.
6-point lead for the Red Devils, 20-14 over Ashland. Let's check in with Jim Forrest.
Ryan Bonner telling his ball club there's 2 things that you got to do, and you can win this ball game. Number 1, rebound. Number 2, take care of the ball. He also said the very first thing he said when they came to the huddle was, you got it out of your system. Now let's go play Tomcat basketball.
Thanks, Jim. Ashland with 4 turnovers in this basketball game. They are out rebounding Owensboro 13-9. but a dismal start from beyond the arc, 2 of 10, 20%. Meanwhile, Owensboro, 2 of 3, shooting 47% from the field. Ashland will start with the basketball to start the second period. Here's Carter. Gets to the rack on the right side. Shot up no good. Gets his own rebound. Forces that one up, and he's fouled. And he's headed to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line for 2.
Zander always gives 110%.
We'll get a Stoltz Pharmacy substitute. Tristan Davis out. Asher Atkins back in. Well, 7:45 to go in the half. 20-14 our score. Back after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
The Tri-State's first live video streaming service since 2010.
Around the corner or around the world with the Green Up Beacon.
Keeping you in touch, our community commitment. The Green Up Beacon and greenupbeacon.com.
Bringing your world, the Beacon Media Group.
Hello, I'm Michael Bowling, Senior Vice President of Kentucky Farmers Bank. When you do business with Kentucky Farmers Bank, you're making an investment in your community. Your money stays local, we never sell your loan, and in turn, we invest in local families, churches, schools, and charities. We believe in our community, and that's why we are the better bank for loans.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for loans since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
20-14 here early in the second quarter. James Collier, Kent Robinson, happy to have you along with us here. Listening to Rod Drake there, head coach for Owensboro. He told his team, you have to get back. A couple of the last trips, they feel like that Ashland has beaten them down the floor, and that's something that he doesn't want to see.
And the assistant coach was chiming in as well. He said, look, guys, if they start posting you up, you start posting up. That's the way it's got to have to work. A very quick timeout, though, JC.
Well, and they're showing it here on a media timeout, but I've never been anywhere with media timeouts to where it carries over.
Well, and the official did what he did. He looked at us on press row and kind of went like that, so maybe that's what it was, but you're right. They've never done that before.
Never seen it. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So either way, Xander Carter will step to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line for 2. 6 points for the sophomore, averaging 22 a game. Hits the first one more. Had 23 points, 8 rebounds in the win over Boyd County in the region championship game. Had 4 here last year when they played Covington Catholic in the opening round and lost 76-65.
That cut it to 4.
They trailed by 10 in this game twice in the first quarter. There's Tyler Taylor, gets in the lane, has it blocked away by Asher Atkins. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Owensboro. Ethan Pendleton also checking in on a Stoltz Pharmacy substitute. His first action, a 6'5 senior, averaging 7.7 a game and 4 rebounds. We'll get it into Pendleton. Pendleton has it raked out of his hands. It'll stay with Owensboro on the baseline. Ashland, their 36th trip to the Sweet 16. Have the record for most wins here at 51. The board nearly steals that one away on the far sideline. Here's Pendleton. Feeds it in underneath. And it's out of bounds as Powell couldn't take it on the backside. He loses it out of bounds.
It was good defense by Jennings and DeBoer to come over and double team.
Second turnover by the Red Devils. And now Owensboro shows a little full court pressure. Jennings spins out of the pressure, tries to get it back into the center court. They'll take it across the timeline. All kinds of contact on the far sideline. We play on. Here's Carter, straightaway 3 on the way. No, front iron short. Rebound out to Powell. He'll race it ahead, stop on the Sweet 16 logo, attack the left elbow. Ball raked away. Nate Freeze is on the deck. He steals it away. Asher Atkins has it, and he's fouled on the far sideline as Jalen Rogers got him as he started to sprint ahead. That's his first team second.
Ashland's still trying to get back in the game. Not that they're out of it, only down 4. Shooting these 3 balls, James, but they're 2 of 11 early on here. A minute gone in the second quarter, 2 of 11.
2 Stoltz Pharmacy substitutes. Kenyatta Carbon coming back in as Jai Webb replacing Pendleton and Sanders.
Yeah, Carbon's been on the end of the bench for quite a while after that blow he took. The trainer had been working with him. Now he's back in the ball game.
Chance to cut it to 2 or 1. Carter feeds it back door. There's Freeze. Works himself in, and he's fouled as Webb got him on the way up. His first, team third. And that'll put Nate Freeze to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line for 2. 77% free throw shooter. He was 8 of 10 from the field, 8 of 9 inside of the arc in the region championship win, in which he had 17 points. He and DeBoard was running that high pick and roll to perfection in the win over Boyd. Freeze, a junior, really coming into himself this year after returning from a bad foot injury. Missed them both. Owensboro racing it ahead to the rack, goes up, no good, as Carbon's shot was well off the mark. Here's Braxton Jennings, left side to the board. Board puts it on the deck. 17-footer from the baseline is good. His 4th point, and the net tangled up. Ashland's got the lead down to 2.
Xander Carter with that rebound. That gives him number 4 so far in the ball game tonight.
So Ashland needs a stop here and a chance to tie or take the lead. Owensboro would like to get off the snide. They're scoreless here in the second period. Entry pass underneath. Hook shot up, no good. Rebound Carter. Chance for Ashland to tie or take the lead as DeBoard brings it front court. Stops in the lane, tries to go to Freeze and throws it at his feet and out of bounds. Turnover number 7. Turnover number 5 for the Tomcats.
Nate looked at him and said, I didn't know you were going to throw it to me. My bad.
That was a very low pass either way.
Right.
Ashland still in man-to-man pressure. Webb high post, tries to lob it back door. Carter tips it out of bounds. They were looking for Carbon underneath. .5:52 on a rested clock. Here the final game of day number 1 of the Boys Sweet 16. Webb out of the corner right side. Hands it off there to Taylor. Spot up threes on the way. No. Ball tipped out. Long, clingy rebound tipped into the hand of Nate Freeze. Chance for the Tomcats to tie or take the lead on this trip. They led it 2-0. And then a 12-0 run by Owensboro as DeBoard gets to the rack. His 6th point. We're even at 20.
He's warming up.
6-0 run by the Tomcats. Here's Webb, spin a move off the right side, no good. DeBoard with a rebound, a chance for the Tomcats to regain the lead. DeBoard dribbles out of the defensive pressure, loses his dribble, now he needs help. Tries to get it ahead near side. Carter diving for it, and he can't get to it as DeBoard just threw it out of bounds. Sixth turnover of the basketball game for Ashland. We approach the 5-minute mark to go here in the opening half. Damon Powell, the senior guard, pitches it ahead off to Rogers. Rogers on the right side, wants to go inside. Does so to Carbon. Carbon fights through the pressure and finishes off the window. He's got 10 and a chance at a three-point play as he regains the lead for the Owensboro Red Devils. Fouls on Carter, his first, team's second. Carbon 2 for 2 from the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line, a 68% free throw shooter. Eyes and fires and tickles the twine as it flies through. His 11th point, the lead is 3. Here's the board. Tight roping that far sideline. Gets to the rack. Had it partially blocked into his hands. Braxton Jennings will pull the trigger. 3 for the tie. It's good.
And he shot some of those in Morehead.
A Clark's pump and shot 3 ball. In transition, though, Ashland does it transition back, and Tyler Taylor finishes off the left side and puts Owensboro back in front by a deuce. Ashland outscoring Owensboro, though, 9-5. Here's a turnover at midcourt. Carbon to the right side, stops, draws contact high up off the window, no good. Webb fighting for the rebound, kicks it back to Taylor. Spot up 3 from the corner, no. Xander Carter fights for the rebound just outside the logo. Looks at the heavy pressure in the backcourt. He's got 3 guys chasing him there for the moment. Now he's knifing his way through. Takes it to the rack. Off the window. Good. Xander Carter, his 10th. What a take there by the sophomore.
Yeah, and they went by them 3 guys that were tagging him.
Even at 25 here, inside of 4 to play in the first half. Carter starting to feel it. There's a pull-up jumper from the elbow. That was just off the bottom of the net. Again, a chance for Ashland to regain the lead. DeBoard in front court. Comes off the left elbow, slows it down. Now starts to attack. Looks it off into the left side. Xander Carter, 3 for the lead on the way. No. Ashland, 3 of 13 from the three-point line. In transition, off the right side, a rebound falls off as the missed shot by Powell goes in the hands of Xander Carter. DeBoard racing it ahead. Into the lane, out to the corner, left side freeze. Asher Atkins now into the left corner, feeds it out to Jennings. Inside of 3 to play in the half. The next stoppage at play will give us our media timeout. Jennings cut off on the right side, now in the hands of Carter. Carter takes a look at the clock, gets a screen there from Freeze. Fighting through it there was Taylor. Carter fakes right, comes left. Had the ball raked out of his hands. Can't get it. Nate Freeze with a foul in the putback.
Yeah, Freeze did a great job, James. He was standing at the free throw line and got the rebound and the bucket. Ashland takes the lead back.
Matches their largest lead of 2 at 2-0 to open the contest. 27-25, 2:20 to play here in the half. Here's Carbon to the rack, and he's fouled on the way there, and that may be on Carter. If it is, it's his second.
And there was contact, no question. Yep.
Now they'll get that one on the board. That's his first, team's third, and that'll take us to our media timeout. 2:20 to play in the half. Ashland 27, Owensboro 25. Coverage on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
People ask us sometimes if Pepsi is different here in Ohio than in other places. And the answer is, yeah, we think so. Because the taste of something is so totally deliciously affected by the flavor of everything around it. And when that flavor is Ohio, well, it's got to be better somehow. Hey, we should know. We bottle the Pepsi you know and love right here in Ohio. So when you pour yourself an ice-cold Pepsi, remember there's some OHIO in there. And that's part of why we say Pepsi, like Ohio, is oh so refreshing.
Home is where you hang your hat. And if you're looking for a newer, nicer home to hang your hat in, talk to the Commercial Bank of Grayson. You'll like our selection of fixed and adjustable rate mortgages and competitive rates. We also offer construction loans, auto loans, online and mobile banking, and many other services. Commercial Bank of Grayson. Grayson and Olive Hill. Here for you for 125 years and counting. And you can hang your hat on that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
27-25. Our score, Ashland in front by a deuce. 2:20 to go here in the opening half of play. James Collier, Kent Robinson, happy to have you along with us here from K-Woods Courts and Rupp Arena, the site of the 2023 Sweet 16. Let's go courtside to Jim Forrest.
Ron Bonner telling his ball club a couple things. First of all, I'm not upset with you shooting the 3, but you're a little too deep. You need to go in a little bit. He told them that. Second thing he said is, look, you got to play a little bit harder. They're tireder than we are. They're holding their jerseys. They're tired. You got to suck it up is exactly what he said, and get out there and play like you want it. So we'll see what happens. They're going to try to run some baseline, too, to get some people open on the baseline.
Thanks, Jim.
The thing is, James, if they were hitting half of the threes, that'd be 8 or 10 points.
Yeah, that's something that
that's a big stat.
That is and here's the thing: there's 3 lines on the floor. The blue line is the high school line, the tan line is the women's, and the white line is the men's.
All right.
So, you have the same issue in Morehead where they had to tell them which line to make certain that they shoot off of. So, interesting to see what we've got here. So, out of the timeout, Kenyatta Carbon will step to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line for 2. He's 3 for 3 from that mark tonight. Chance to even the contest at 27 if he hits both. He hits the first one. Upset alert in the NIT as Morehead State is up 2 on number 1 Clemson. 30 seconds to go in the ball game. How big would that be? Second free throw left at front iron short, but a box down and a putback there by Ethan Pendleton. And Owensboro regains the lead 28-27. Here's the board into the front court. Worked off a screen there from Freeze. Goes to the left elbow. Kicks it off right side to Atkins. The board between the rings now resets the offense for the Tomcats, trailing by 1, inside of 2 to play before halftime. Board tries to come left, cut off there by Pendleton. Feeds it out to Atkins. Atkins steps through, high up off the glass, no good, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line and shoot 2. Fouls on Kenyatta Carbon, his first, team's 4th. And Atkins, 78% free throw shooter, 2 points, 13 rebounds in the region championship game. And I talked to him on my show on Saturday about the way that he rebounded the basketball. And he said it just felt like that's what the team needed in that game.
Yeah.
It wasn't the point. They needed someone to hit the glass, and that's what he did.
That's what he does. That's what he's done all season. If something's not working, go do something else, to help your ball team.
Misses the first, gets the second. So his first points of the night evens the game at 28. Kanye Johnson, a 6'1" senior guard, a Stoltz Pharmacy substitute coming in for Jai Webb. There's Rogers in between the rings. Moss will reset the offense. 90 seconds to play here in the first. Slips through left side, tries to curl it off. It was kicked off the leg. A turnaround hook shot up by Ethan Pendleton goes in as it rolls across the iron, and it's a 2-point lead for the Red Devils. Here's the board. Jennings wants another 3. It's on the way. No. Asher Atkins flies in, fighting for the rebound. We've got a tie-up underneath, and the jump ball. Rod Drake likes what he sees as he jumps in with an emphatic fist pump.
He was wanting to be the sixth man there for a moment.
And that was something he was talking about his team. You have to sprint back. Don't run with the pack. And he got it right there. So a 2-point lead for the Red Devils as Moss brings it across the midcourt stripe, and we've got 1 minute to play here in the opening half. Johnson out of the corner, feeds it off now to Powell. Powell comes left out to the Kehoe. Left side threes on the way up and no good. Xander Carter with the rebound and all kinds of traffic underneath. He'll bring it near side to the board. The board looks at a double team as he comes across the midcourt stripe. Now right side Carter. Carter slows things down. Working off a screen from Freeze. Nothing happening there. He'll go to Jennings. The board between the rings on the UK logo. Down by 2 of the Tomcats. The board spins in the lane, lost the basketball on the way there. Ashland's loose on the floor. They save it. Here's the board on the baseline. Tries to skip it off into the corner, and it's raked out of bounds. He was looking for Atkins in the corner. 10 seconds to play here in the first half. Tyler Taylor back in, a Stoltz Pharmacy substitute, replacing Jalen Rogers. So Ashland basketball on the baseline. Race to board will trigger in. 10.1 seconds to play, down by 2 are the Tomcats. Trailed by 10 in the first quarter. Twice in that frame. Here's Carter, right side. Works off a screen there from Freeze. Gets to the lane, loses it on the way up. Owensboro is going to have to hurry. Powell's not going to get it away as he lobs one from half court, but it was well tardy of the buzzer. And the Red Devils head to the locker room in front by a deuce, 30-28. Halftime show when we continue after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
The second quarter has been brought to you by the Hogs Trough in Grayson. Check out the slow smoked barbecue pork, brisket, chicken, beef, and more at the Hogs Trough in Grayson. Spring is coming, but the specials are already here at Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State. Assorted cheese mix and bugle snacks, 2 for $4. Jack Link beef jerky, 3.25 ounce size, $6.99. Assorted Hershey king size candy bars, 2 for $3. Assorted Kellogg's Pop Tarts, 2 for $2. Great specials plus quality Argo gasoline is what you'll find at Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State. Clark's Pump and Shops. Return, refresh, refuel. Lewis Family Care on Midland Trail in Ashland is board certified. Family medicine, primary care clinic accepting new patients. If it's osteopathic manipulative therapy you need, see Dr. Matthew T. Lewis, D.O. For other family medical needs, see Eilena Boggs, PRN. Call 606-928-7755 for the caring, professional, board certified medical practitioners at Lewis Family Care, your primary care clinic, 6572 Midland Trail Road, Ashland. That's 606-928-7755.
Wouldn't it be nice to start your day with a homemade breakfast and a freshly ground whole bean roasted cup of coffee? Well, at Tudor's Biscuit World, every day starts with freshly cracked eggs, sizzling bacon and sausage. And you can't forget the mouth-watering made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits hot from the oven. Whether you're spending it with us or taking it to go, mornings always sound this great at Tudor's. Sounds great, tastes better. Tudor's Biscuit World.
Scott Sharp, your 100th district representative, wishes the best of luck to the Ashland Tomcats in the Boys Sweet 16. Just as Scott Sharp works hard for you, he understands the hard work each team puts in to get to the state competition. As your representative, his team puts forth all they have for the betterment of Kentucky. From your 100th district representative, Scott Sharp.
30-28. Owensboro leading Ashland as we welcome you back here to the Mountain Dew broadcast table. At the half, Ashland has trailed by 10 in this ball game twice in the first quarter. Came back and regained the lead. They opened up the game with the first bucket. Owensboro went on a 12-0 run and looked like they were about trying to run Ashland out of Rupp Arena. Tomcats settled in, got things going. Xander Carter puts in 10 in the first frame. Braxton Jennings, a pair of threes, raced to board, has 6. And Ashland in the locker room only down 2. Kenyatta Carmen leading the way for the Red Devils with 12 points as they had started off very well from beyond the arc, 2 for 3. They've missed their last 3. Ashland on the other side, 3 of 14, 21% from beyond the arc. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll take a look at individual scoring and statistics, and we'll get an interview along the way and get you ready for the second half of action. 30-28, our halftime score. Ashland down by 2. Our coverage continues after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
For some great tasting sweet treats, visit Double Drizzle, 6926 U.S. Route 60, next to the Summit Giovanni's. Are open Tuesday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays. Enjoy their award-winning sweet treats such as custom cakes, fudge, candy, cream horns, banana nut bread, cookies, and so much more, all made fresh daily. Double Drizzle, 6926 Route 60, next to the Summit Giovanni's. Call 606-928-CAKE and check them out on Facebook.
People ask us sometimes if Pepsi is different here in Ohio than in other places. And the answer is, yeah, we think so. Because the taste of something is so totally deliciously affected by the flavor of everything around it. And when that flavor is Ohio, well, it's got to be better somehow. Hey, we should know. We bottle the Pepsi you know and love right here in Ohio. So when you pour yourself an ice-cold Pepsi, remember there's some OHIO in there. And that's part of why we say Pepsi, like Ohio, is oh so refreshing.
Since 1959, Ashland Office Supply Office USA has been your one-stop shop for all your product needs, offering great service, competitive pricing, and quality products from general supplies like pens, calendars, and envelopes, ink supplies including laser toner, inkjet cartridges, ribbons, and paper, to equipment like laser printers, inkjet printers, fax machines, and shredders. Ashland Office Supply Office USA has it all. Go online to ashlandoffice.com and try the online purchasing system. Call toll-free at 800-926-1267. That's Ashland Office Supply Office USA, 2100 29th Street, Ashland.
Doubt, stress, anxiety, frustration, that was yesterday. Today is your day to get back on track to a brighter future. At Ashland Community and Technical College, we're open and ready to help now. With ridiculously affordable, amazingly flexible classes that can lead to highly paid positions in IT, healthcare, and more. The real world's tough, but not as tough as you. Visit kctcs.edu/findyourcareer.
Back here at K-Woods Court at Mountain Dew broadcast table. James Collier, happy to have you along with us here in the halftime show. Joining me now from the Courier-Journal, Jason Frakes joining me. Jason, thanks for taking the time out.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about the tournament in a whole. We'll start first here with Ashland and Owensboro. Ashland 3 for 14 from the three-point line, but lucky to only be down 2.
Yeah, I think so. Owensboro kind of came in this, I think, as a pretty big underdog and jumped out to a really nice lead there in the first quarter. And it feels like Tomcats are kind of chipping away. And you figure they're probably not going to go 3 for 14 again in the second half. But we'll see. This is the 6th time these two teams have met up in the Sweet 16. Ashland has never lost to this team. They were down twice, 10 in the first quarter. Yeah, I was kind of looking at history, too, given that these are the two most prominent teams in Sweet 16 history, the most trips and the most wins. I was curious how many times they had played, and I'd forgotten that they played just, 3 years ago. But Yeah, some great history between these programs, that's for sure.
Heck of a way to start the tournament out this morning with the first-round game with J-Town and Woodford County going to overtime, and it was an ugly type of game, but Woodford County was able to find a little bit there in that extra period.
Yeah, being from Louisville, covering J-Town, that's how they play. They want it ugly. They want to muck it up. They grind you out. They play great defense. And, it just came down to, I think they probably had a couple of turnovers more than they wanted to have going into that game. And, they did a pretty good job on Jasper Johnson, but some of the other guys on that Woodford County team hurt them. And, boy, we're going to see them for a long time. I think 10 of the 13 on their roster are sophomores, so they can keep them together. These days, you never know. But they've got a lot of young talent, and, they got a shot to get to Saturday.
Warren Central looked the part in their win over Pulaski County, without a doubt. 20-3 first quarter run.
Yeah, they were, I saw them at the King of the Bluegrass back in Louisville and, right before Christmas, and I thought then they'd probably be the best team in the state. And, they lived up to it. And if as good as they were then, they're even better now. I mean, they're a machine. And, if they win this thing, I think we got to be asking ourselves, this is the best team in Kentucky since when? I don't know. I mean, they don't have like a surefire D1 kid other than the junior, the coach's son, Cade Unseld. But, man, they play together. They're all long and athletic, and, man, they're good.
Some interesting storylines when you peek ahead to tomorrow, and obviously the one that everybody's taking a look at. You've got Travis Perry with a chance to break King Coleman's record. He needs 21, and what a chance to do it here on the biggest stage.
Yeah, it's incredible the way this has worked out. I actually went to Eddyville yesterday and did a story on Travis, spent the day with him, and he kind of used the word fairy tale. We've all seen this coming for the last couple of years, but I don't think anybody imagined that it would work out the way it has. And 21 points. You figure he's going to get that based on his average, and talking to people there in Eddyville and, his dad, the coach, and he said he doesn't know how, but he feels like Travis isn't feeling any extra pressure. He seemed relaxed yesterday in talking to us, and that's going to be really fun tomorrow. You think back to when King Kelly Coleman did it, there wasn't even a record book then. So there was no experience of him breaking a record. I don't even think we found out he had the record until probably like the early 1980s. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime moment for Kentucky high school basketball, and to be here at Rupp Arena to do it, it's really special.
On the bottom half of that bracket, a very intriguing matchup. You got the defending champs of GRC. You got Reed Shepherd there looking for some rebound, if you will, from last year after a disappointing loss.
Yeah, what a matchup that is. And like you said, defending state champion, you got Reed Shepherd here, the UK commit, and, attendance is down as a whole over the last, 10 or 15 or 20 years, however far back you want to go. I'm really intrigued to see what kind of crowd we can get for a game like that. GRC travels well. You've got the local interest here. North Laurel bringing a big crowd. I think we're, I haven't researched it, but I think we're in line to have maybe one of the biggest crowds we've had here in a long time. UK doesn't play Thursday night, so they kind of lucked out on that. So I'm really interested. And plus, you got that session. You got Frederick Douglass as well in the 6 o'clock game, so you got some local crowd coming out for that. So I think it's going to be electric here tomorrow night.
Another interesting storyline, Breathitt County, of course, the loss of the head coach 3 games in, and then the football coach stepping in, coaching them into the Sweet 16. I mean, what a storybook ending for that one.
Yeah, I was talking to Tim Hayworth the other day, Mel's head coach, and he said, if I don't win this game, I'm going to be hearing it from my football coach for the rest of my life. And he has a really good relationship there with Chris Wolf, the Mel coach, and, was kind of kidding. But, what a story that is. And for the football coach to just take over and get them to the Sweet 16 for the first time in, 27 years is pretty incredible. I got to see a lot of this Mel team down the stretch. They're on fire. They won 14 in a row. They're a lot like this Ashland, program over the last few years. They really just bought into shooting threes. They lost their 2 big men in the off season. Caleb Glenn transferred up to La Lumiere in Indiana, and then they had a big guy, Jaden Johnson, who played there as an 8th grader who went to Trinity. So they sort of had to revamp their style a little bit, and they've really caught fire here down the stretch.
Jason Price from the Courier-Journal. Greatly appreciate the time. Always a pleasure, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at our statistics from this game. Owensboro leads it by 2, 30-28. Our coverage continues after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
Lewis Family Care on Midland Trail in Ashland is board certified. Family medicine, primary care clinic accepting new patients. If it's osteopathic, manipulative therapy you need, see Dr. Matthew T. Lewis, D.O. For other family medical needs, see Eileen Boggs, PRN. Call 606-928-7755 for the caring, professional, board certified medical practitioners at Lewis Family Care, your primary care clinic, 6572 Midland Trail Road, Ashland. That's 606-928-7755. In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-through. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Buying a home is a milestone, red letter day, and a dream come true for many families. The Commercial Bank of Grayson can help you realize that dream of home ownership with fixed and adjustable rate mortgages, construction loans, and affordable payments. So whether you are building or buying a first home or an upgrade, talk to the Commercial Bank of Grayson and Olive Hill. Here for you for 125 years and counting. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For some great tasting sweet treats, visit Double Drizzle, 6926 U.S. Route 60, next to the Summit Giovanni's. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays. Enjoy their award-winning sweet treats such as custom cakes, fudge, candy, cream horns, banana nut bread, cookies, and so much more, all made fresh daily. Double Drizzle, 6926 Route 60, next to the Summit Giovanni's. Call 606-928-CAKE and check them out on Facebook.
Back here in halftime coverage, let's look at some numbers real quickly. Xander Carter leading away with 10.7 rebounds. He's the only player in double figures for Ashland. For Owensboro, Kenyatta Carbon has 12 points. Ashland with 8 turnovers to only 2 assists. On the other side, Owensboro only 3 turnovers. They've got 8 assists. They are being out-rebounded, though, 24-16. We'll take our final break. When we return, second half action with Owensboro in front by 2, 30-28, as we continue on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
Hi, this is Kevin Johnston, Boyd County Clerk. I'd like to wish the Ashland Tomcats the best of luck in the state tournament. These athletes work hard on the court and in the classroom. I would just like to remind you of our 3 locations to serve our residents: 1505 Carter Avenue, Suite 100, 1315 Cannonsburg Road, located on the front side of Members Choice Credit Union, and at our Calixburg Courthouse location at 2800 Louisa Street. Again, just like to wish the Ashland Tomcats the best of luck at state.
When you're checking into insurance for you, your family, or your business, check with Charles Adams Insurance, your trusted, locally owned independent insurance agency. Charles Adams Insurance is now operating with locations in both Ashland and Greenup. See Charles Adams Insurance for all your personal and business insurance needs. Call 606-325-9709. Charles Adams Insurance wishes the Ashland Tomcats the best of luck in the state tournament. The third quarter is brought to you by the accounting firm of Griffith, Delaney, Hillman, and Lett. For all your tax and accounting needs, see the pros at Griffith, Delaney, Hillman, and Lett.
Back here at the Mountain Dew broadcast table, K-Woods Court, Rupp Arena. Final game of the Boys Sweet 16. Kent Robinson down by 2 of the Tomcats. What are they going to do in the second half?
Well, if they continue to shooting the 3 balls, they're definitely going to have to improve on 14. You and I were talking off the break, and Ryan Bonner told Jim, he said, I don't mind you shooting the 3s, but you need to get a little closer. You're shooting too far out. And to be only in Ashland, a very good 3-point shooting team, to only shooting 3 of 14. Owensboro needs to be careful because Ashland made that little bit of run. Yeah, they're only up 2 points. This is why you play 2 halves of basketball. The Tomcats will have the basketball to start the second half.
And nearly still throws it away as Tyler Taylor had the tie-up as he could not corral it back in before it goes out of bounds. So it's going to bring Ashland to the near sideline this time. Conway, Davis, Carter, Asher Atkins, and DeBoard, 5 on the floor for the Tomcats, and this time they get it in with ease. Here's Davis. Takes it off to the right side. Ashland now working from left to right as Ivy. Here's Atkins. Kicks it out to Davis. Spot up threes on the way. Yes. Davis' second. Clark's pump and shop three ball, and Ashland has the lead 31-30. There's Webb on the post. Working on Atkins. Spins in the lane. Shot up left. It's short. Asher Atkins with a strong rebound inside. Ashland with a chance to take its largest lead on any bucket on this trip. Carter nearly had it thrown away by Conway and a reach-in foul on Owensboro. That was on Tyler Taylor. That's his team's first of the half. Ashland's only lead of the ball game at 2. They had it back in the first quarter to start the contest, and then Owensboro took off on a 12-0 run. Here's the board. Now Carter down in the right corner. Carter attacks the rim, stops, turns, faces the basket. Shot up no good. Webb, strong rebound. He's double-teamed. We've got a tie-up on the far sideline by Davis and Carbon. They help each other up. We play on. Here's Moss to the lane. Finger rope good.
And nobody crossed over to stop him.
Owensboro retakes the lead, 32-31. Fifth lead change of the ball game. Here's Asher Atkins now to the board. Board 6 points in that first half. Gets into the lane. Finger roll at the front of the rim is good. His 8th point of the night. Ashland retakes the lead by 1 as we volley for position here to start the third. There's Carbon in the keyhole. 17-footers on the way. Front iron short right into the hands of Tucker Conway. The board pitches ahead off to Atkins. Atkins wants to attack. Tries to draw contact. Doesn't get the whistle but gets the bucket. And Ashland's largest lead of the night of 3 at 35-32. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the opening 2 minutes of the third. Here's a pull-up jumper by Jonathan Moss. He's got 4 in the quarter, 7 in the ball game, and the lead's down to 1. Both teams coming out very confident. Ashland, though, rushing out to a 7-2 lead. Now the bucket there by Moss cuts it to 7-4. Carter with a push-off, and we're going the other way.
Yeah, he sure did.
He got the position. He got inside because of the push-off. His second. So a chance for Owensboro to regain the lead. Game's been tied 4 times. 6 lead changes. Jonathan Moss will jog it into the front court down by 1. Brings it near side, closest to his bench. Works off a screen from Webb. Goes dribble drive on the baseline. Has that one blocked away by Conway. Asher Atkins with the rebound on the baseline. Nearly stolen away, and it is by Moss on the far side. Here's Powell. Back to Moss. Wants to go to Webb on the baseline. Forces himself in. A reverse scoop shot up. No good. Xander Carter with a rebound underneath. Stops in the restricted space. Lets the defensive pressure clear, and he'll walk it across toward the midcourt stripe. Tyler Taylor applying heavy pressure. Gets a big screen there from Asher Atkins. Stops left elbow. 16-footer up. No too stiff. Came in Powell with a backside rebound. He'll bring it front court for the Red Devils. Racing to the rack. Euro step up. In and out. No good. Xander Carter with another rebound. His 9th of the ball game. He's a rebound away from a double-double. Here's the board off the right side. Kicks it off to Conway. Left side 3. Got it. Clark's pump and shop triple for the senior. His first point of the contest. Largest lead of the ball game of 4 for the Tomcats. 38-34 now. Inside of 5 to play in the third. Here's Tyler Taylor. Steps through. High up off the window. No good. Another rebound by Carter. He's got a double-double. He'll race it ahead. Slows it down on the left side. Kicks it off to Conway. Conway dribble drive on the baseline. Tries to go baseline into the corner left side and throws it out of bounds. But they'll get a foul on the drive there by Conway, as the hold will be called against Powell. That's his first, team second. Clock resting, 4:27 to play here in the third. Ashland with a 4-point lead and a chance to extend it on this trip. Here comes Jalen Rogers back in. He's not going to get to the scores table in time. Carter takes the pitch out near the midcourt stripe. Working on Taylor. Goes back into the corner now. Davis. Carter steps through. Up and under, scoop shot move. No good. Tristan Davis with a rebound. Puts it up. Shot no good. Too stiff. Carbon clears the rebound. Pitches ahead. Taylor. Taylor steps off. Jump stop in the lane, and one. And a chance at a three-point play for the senior. Fouls on Tucker Conway. That's his second, team second. And to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line is Tyler Taylor. As he's got 7. Lead is down to 2. 4:07 to play in the third. Taylor eyes and fires and tickles the twine as it flies through for his 8th, and he'll take a seat with a Stoltz Pharmacy substitute as Jalen Rogers checks back in. Talk about these two teams. They've got the most wins in the Sweet 16 history, 47 for Owensboro, Ashland with 51, both with 4 championships. But uniquely enough, they're both responsible for the lowest scoring games in tournament history ever. Here's Conway, left side 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Ball poked out of bounds, and it's going back to Owensboro. Ashland owns the KHSAA title. They beat Car Creek in 1928 in a 4-overtime thriller.
And the score was?
13-11.
Love it.
Now, the other side for Owensboro came back in 1917 when they won the title. This one did not count because it was not under the sanction of the KHSAA, though. But they beat Somerset 12-9. And that was without a three-point line, sports fans.
I think it was probably a penny.
Here's DeBoard racing ahead, kicks it off to Carter. Spot up 3 on the way. Got it! His first point of the second half. A Clark's Pump and Shop 3 ball, and the lead's back to 4. Now DeBoard with a pick of the pocket off the near side. Goes off the backside, tries to do a little circus shot move. That one's no good. They'll kick it out in transition. Moss with the left-hand finger roll, no good. Webb follows and finishes.
Yeah, Carter was the only one that got back.
An empty trip there by the Tomcats allows the Red Devils to cut it to 2. Inside of 3 to go here in the third. Ashland in front, 41-39. Here's Davis. Comes to the left elbow, spins toward the rack, and he stepped out on the baseline out of bounds. And that'll bring us to our media timeout with 2:47 to play in the third. It's Ashland 41, Owensboro 39. Back for more after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
Introducing Ashland, Kentucky's newest LS tractor dealer. But with a very familiar name, Gillum Service and Repair has all your power equipment needs and is freshly stocked just in time with tractors, implements, and genuine LS parts. Gillum's has all you need to make rural living smoother. Stop in and check them out today at Gillum Service and Repair, 8611 US 60 Ashland. Ashland, Kentucky's newest LS tractor dealer. Gillum's is hardcore lawn gear. Success comes with teamwork. At Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union, we have one goal, one team, with people helping people. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union salutes all the athletes who strive to be their best, as do all your friends at Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. 2321 Carter Avenue, Ashland. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and an equal housing lender.
Back here at Haywood's Court at the Mountain Dew broadcast table, James Collier, Kent Robinson. On our sidelines is Jim Forrest, and let's check in with Jim.
Ryan Bonner telling this ball club, he said, hey, look, you've got to not over-penetrate. You're over-penetrating, you're getting yourself in trouble. You got to instead try to work around, get the best shot you possibly can. You're doing a great job rebounding, a fantastic job, but you've got to protect the basketball. If you protect the basketball, you can win this ball game.
Thanks, Jim. Ashland out rebounding Owensboro 31-21. 12 turnovers in this basketball game. They had 8 of those at halftime.
And Xander leading Ashland in those rebounds with 9.
They missed the rebound. He had his 10th. He had his 10th right here.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't put it on there.
They have not put that on there. They missed a rebound. He had his 10th rebound right here. Our stat person that's keeping the stat broadcast center must have been texting on her phone. I watched her do it the whole last game. All right, out of the timeout, Owensboro basketball, chance to tie or take the lead on this trip. Been a dandy of a basketball game. 6 lead changes and 4 ties. Ashland's had to erase a 10-point deficit twice in the first quarter. There's an entry pass inside. Carvin puts it off the window, too stiff. And a nice follow there by Jalen Rogers with a Kentucky Farmers bank shot to even the game at 41 with his first bucket of the night. Rogers averaging just under 3 points a game, jumps off the bench, enters the contest, and evens us at 41. Here's Carter. Jogs it off to the right side, trying to go backdoor to Conway. It was defended nicely. Now Carter comes to the rack right side, goes right at Webb, left that one on the front iron short. Out in transition, here's Rogers, attacks the rim, left side, no, too stiff. Webb from behind with a foul as he gets the board as he goes up and picks up his second. Team foul number 3. Here's Tyler Taylor back in, a Stolz Pharmacy substitute, as he'll replace Jalen Rogers. Taylor with 8 points in this basketball game, averaging that mark on the season. Had only 2 points and 2 rebounds in the region championship game with Owensboro Catholic. That game was controlled mostly by Webb and Kenyatta Carbon, 31. Here's Carter knifing his way through a triple team, goes to the corner, pump fake there. Here's Atkins down the center of the lane, has it poked out of his pocket. Out in transition, here's Jonathan Moss. Goes to the right side for the finger roll. He's got 6 in the quarter, 9 in the game, and Owensboro's regained the lead. Conway, spot up 3, left side, no good. Atkins pokes it out of bounds. It's back to Owensboro with 1:23 to play in the third. Here's Nate Freeze back in, a Stolz Pharmacy substitute. And he's looking to see who's going to get. He's going to get Asher Atkins. Ashland 6 of 19 from beyond the arc. They've gone scoreless the last 2:03, and in that period, Owensboro's on a 6-0 run. Here's Moss into the front court, 9 points, 6 of those in this period. Approaching 1 minute to play here in the third. Got off there by DeBoer. DeBoer nearly poked it out of bounds and with a steal, but it could stay in bounds before he knocked it off the leg of Moss. So it'll stay with Owensboro on the far sideline. Final game of day number 1. 4 big games coming up tomorrow, beginning at 11 o'clock. We'll start at 10:35 with countdown to tip-off. 11 and 1:30, then back here at 6 and 8:30. And then Friday will take us into the Elite 8 semifinals on Saturday at 11 and 1:30, and the championship game Saturday night at 7. Hear all that action right here on the Schoolboy Radio Network. Carbon wants to attack left side, cut off there by Carter. Works off a screen, gets to the rack, shot is blocked, and a whistle and a foul from behind. As they'll get that one on, race to board as the Bluebirds rain down from the Tomcats fans in attendance. So his second team third, and that's going to put Kenyatta Carbon to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line shooting 2. Carbon 4 for 5 from that mark tonight. Owensboro in front by a deuce. First one on the way is good. 13 points for the senior. His first points of the second half after leading the way with 12. Last time these two teams met, back in 2019. They met 4 times prior to that, but it went all the way back to 1979. All of the times other than the meeting in 1924 have been opening round matchups. They met in 1924, and Ashland won 21-13. Here's the board. Straightaway 3. Got it.
Nice shot. Good setup.
Clark's pump and shop triple for the senior. That trims the lead to 1 inside of 30 seconds as Carbon comes front court. He finds a lane to the rack, goes up off the window, in and out, no good. All kinds of contact underneath, nothing going there.
Ooh.
And heads up on press row as Sander Carter was looking toward race to board and just took out the PA announcer.
Both of them about to lost the microphone.
Ray Schaefer's like ducking right now. He thinks flashbacks from
Deja vu. He about got it down there. Good thing he was paying attention.
Moss into the front court, 11 seconds to go in the third, leading by 1. Here's Carbon on the baseline, double team. Kicks it out to the side to Powell. Spot up 3, got it. Clark's pump and shot 3 ball, and Owensboro leads it by 4 through 3. 48-44. Fourth quarter when we return after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
The third quarter has been brought to you by the accounting firm of Griffith, Delaney, Hillman, and Lett. Let them help you with all your tax and accounting needs. That's Griffith, Delaney, Hillman, and Lett.
Visit Broadway Books, 1537 Winchester Avenue, Ashland. Or come see them at the Paramount Arts Center for a performance by David Sedaris on April 6th and a book signing. Or join them for one of their many book clubs. Be a part of their tournament of books. Follow them on Facebook to vote for your favorite book throughout the tournament. There will be random prizes during the tournament, and if you pick the winner, you get a chance for a $50 gift card. Broadway Books, 1537 Winchester Avenue, across from the Cameo 057, downtown Ashland.
Home is where you hang your hat. And if you're looking for a newer, nicer home to hang your hat in, talk to the Commercial Bank of Grayson. You'll like our selection of fixed and adjustable rate mortgages and competitive rates. We also offer construction loans, auto loans, online and mobile banking, and many other services. Commercial Bank of Grayson. Grayson and Olive Hill. Here for you for 125 years and counting. And you can hang your hat on that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Fourth Quarter is brought to you by Shawnee State University. Let Shawnee State help you write your success story. Go to shawneestate.edu for more information.
Back here at the Mountain Dew broadcast table, James Collier, Kent Robinson. As we've got a dandy brewing here, Owensboro in front 48-44. Let's go to Jim Forrest for a check on Ashland.
Coach Bonner keeps harping on the same thing. You got to protect the basketball. You got to protect the basketball. He said the biggest thing you can do right now is get a stop right now. We need a stop on the very first possession that Owensboro has, and then you got to just keep playing your kind of ball, but don't turn it over. He said that's the most important thing. You're a better ball club. Just take care of the basketball.
14 turnovers leading to 20 Owensboro points. And Owensboro has the basketball to start the fourth and final stanzas. Coach Rod Drake said his team there in the timeout right before they went out, he said, I need the best 8 minutes of basketball that you've got right here. Here's Carbon, goes off to the corner. Taylor with a three ball, good. A Clark's Pump and Shop triple. And a 7-point lead for the Red Devils, 51-44, 20 seconds into the fourth. Here's Carter being hounded there by Taylor. Now the board. Tries to slip through, feeds it off to Braxton Jennings. Nate Freeze, right corner, gets it right back to Jennings. Tries to kick it out to the board. It was nearly stolen away there by Powell. The board works off the screen, stops left elbow, kicks it in the corner. Davis. Here's Freeze. Right wing threes on the way, too stiff. Silas Taylor with a rebound. Here come the Red Devils. Jonathan Moss racing it ahead. Little stutter step in the keyhole. Has it blocked away. Tristan Davis knocked it out of his hands, but then he corralled it right back in on the baseline. So another look this trip for Owensboro. Taylor. He'll circle the wagons, take it out near the midcourt stripe. The board went for the pick. We play through the contact as Powell goes baseline. Shot up no good. Nate Freeze diving for the basketball. Saves it with a diving save in front of Owensboro's bench and gets it ahead to Carter. Carter to the rack. Finishes in contact and a foul. So count the bucket for Xander Carter. And a chance at a three-point play for the sophomore as Kamen Powell picks up his second, team's fourth. So trims the lead to 5. 51-46, 6:29 to play in regulation. And from the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line, Xander Carter is up as good. 16 points for the sophomore. As Tyler Taylor will step off back in as Jalen Rogers, a Stoltz Pharmacy substitute for the Red Devils. Look at Rod Drake, his illustrious career, 15 seasons there in Owensboro, 265 wins. Moss's three ball up, no good. Jennings with a rebound. He wants to race it ahead. He's got nobody but white jerseys out in front of him, and he slows it down. Now the board circles the wagons, pulls up on the left side. Three ball in and out, no good. Jai Webb with a rebound on the baseline. The board trying to create some havoc in the backcourt. Nothing happening. Carbon to the rack. Finger roll counted and one.
Man.
What a take there by Kenyatta Carbon. draws the contact and then finishes. We'll see that one on the highlight reel. Fouls on Xander Carter. That's his third. Team foul number 4. And Carbon back to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line for an and one. Going back to Coach Drake real quickly while we have the stoppage here. Had a 31-4 mark that 2015 season when they won the championship. He's had 4 region finals that he's won. 6 of his 15 years, he's had 20-plus wins.
Pretty good career.
265 and 159. His only win over a 16th region team here in the Sweet 16 beat Boyd County 60-56 back in 82. They lead it by 7 with 5.5 to go in the ball game. Trying to get their first win over Ashland in 6 tries here in the round of 16. Here's a 3-ball from the corner up, no good. Nate Freeze with an offensive rebound on the baseline. Carter turns in the corner left side, attacks the rim, and is hammered, and he'll shoot 2 from the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line.
Yeah, 3 balls just haven't been falling all night for the Tomcats.
Fouls on Carbon, his second, team's 5th. So Xander Carter back to the charity stripe. 3 for 3 from that mark tonight. Had 2 freebies in the second quarter and then finished an and one in this one. Pushes the first one up and in and out it goes, no good. And you have to wonder, Kenner, that 14 turnovers leading directly to 20 points. That's a difficult number to really overcome. On the backside of that, only 5 turnovers for Owensboro. No points for those for the Tomcats.
No, none whatsoever. And that's a big stat when you look at the stats that we have in front of us. That's a lot of points.
Carter hits the second, cuts the lead to 6. Ryan Bonner coming up near the midcourt stripe, clapping emphatically to get his team fired up to try to finish out and make a comeback here. Winner gets Warren Central on Friday. Here's Carbon into the lane. Has it raked out of his hands, and he's fouled. That may be on Carter. If it is, it's 4th. And it is team foul number 5. And Kenyatta Carbon back to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line for 2 more. 7 of 8 from that mark here. It was 11 of 13 in the region championship win of Owensboro Catholic. First one's up is good. Carbon with 18 points. Leads all scorers now. He and Carter both had 17 before that free throw. Davis off. Asher Atkins back in. He's still pharmacy substitute for the Tomcats. One more for the senior. In and out, no good. Nate Freeze with another rebound. Strong rebound there on the baseline by the big man. DeBoard racing it ahead. Gets to the rack, finishes in front of the rim. His 13th of the ball game. Leads down to 5. You just feel like Ashland has to find a defensive stop at some point.
Defensive stop, and they need to make a run.
Carbon with a circus shot on the baseline. Shot up no good. Rebound tipped around and back in by Carbon. DeBoard sprinting toward the rack. Goes behind his back. Loses the basketball. Turns, gets it back out. Asher Atkins from the corner. 3 no good. Xander Carter with a follow in the stick back. And a full timeout requested by Ryan Bonner. 5-point lead for the Red Devils. 4:23 to go in regulation. Back after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
Since 1959, Ashland Office Supply Office USA has been your one-stop shop for all your product needs, offering great service, competitive pricing, and quality products from general supplies like pens, calendars, and envelopes, ink supplies including laser toner, inkjet cartridges, ribbons, and paper, to equipment like laser printers, inkjet printers, fax machines, and shredders. Ashland Office Supply Office USA has it all. Go online to ashlandoffice.com and try the online purchasing system. Call toll-free at 800-926-1267. That's Ashland Office Supply Office USA, 2100 29th Street, Ashland.
Scott Sharp, your 100th district representative, wishes the best of luck to the Ashland Tomcats in the Boys Sweet 16. Just as Scott Sharp works hard for you, he understands the hard work each team puts in to get to the state competition. As your representative, his team puts forth all they have for the betterment of Kentuckians. Continue to strive to be the best, young athletes. Best of luck to the Tomcats from your 100th District Representative, Scott Sharp.
Back here at the Mountain Dew broadcast table, James Collier, Kent Robinson, check in with Jim Forrest from the Ashland bench. And Jim forgot to turn his microphone on. And we have some technical issues there with Jim, so we'll check back with him in just a moment. 4:23 to go in regulation. 5-point lead for Owensboro. And it'll be Owensboro basketball out of the timeout. Ashland trying to play a little pressure in the backcourt. Kenyatta Carbon corrals it in, brings it across the midcourt stripe as we approach 4 minutes to play in regulation. Winner gets Warren Central on Friday. Boston Carbon, two-man game out top. Ashland in man-to-man. Taylor left wing. Bounce pass out to Powell. Around the horn they go, just trying to play keep away from the Tomcats now. Here's Taylor out of the left side. Look inside to Webb. Webb look at a double team. Turnaround hook shot in the lane is good. John Webb's 4th point of the half. He's got 8 in the ball game. Leads back to 7. The board. Carter steps through to the rack. Circus no good. Catches rebound and sticks it back up and in. He adds to his double-double. Now 21 points, 12 rebounds for the sophomore. Leads down to 5. Ashland has never been able to get past that 5 mark here in the 4th. Got to find a stop right here. Here's Carbon. Stops. Fade away from the SEC logo. No good. A big rebound there by Nate Freeze. And then a takeaway on the backside as Tyler Taylor steps in with the pick. And that quickly leads back to 7. Here's the board. Tries to step through. Goes off the left side. Finishes with a little touch around the rim. (61-56). Inside of 3 to go. Here's Webb down the center of the lane off the left side. No. Ball poked around into the hands of Powell. Another look for Owensboro with 2:30 to play in the ball game. Now the board with a pick out midcourt. He'll take it to the rack off the right side and finish with a finger roll. 6 in the quarter, 17 in the ball game, and the lead's down to 3. Here's Moss, lost it in the backcourt, keeps it in his hands, though. As he gets to the Carmen, he loses his dribble. And now Rod Drake wants a timeout as he emphatically steps up and says, give me a timeout. He'll take a full. 2:11 to go in the ball game. It's a 3-point lead for the Red Devils. Back after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
Funny thing about banks, you go in and apply for a loan here,
but they make their decisions somewhere out of state.
My money is here, my account is here. Why go 100 miles away to make a decision?
At First and People's Bank, the decision is made right here by people you know. Bank local. Bank with the friendly folks at First and People's Bank. The Home Office. Member Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
For some great tasting sweet treats, visit Double Drizzle, 6926 U.S. Route 60, next to the Summit Giovanni's. Are open Tuesday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays. Enjoy their award-winning sweet treats such as custom cakes, fudge, candy, cream horns, banana nut bread, cookies, and so much more, all made fresh daily. Double Drizzle, 6926 Route 60, next to the Summit Giovanni's. Call 606-928-CAKE. Check them out on Facebook.
Back here at K-Woods Court, Mountain Dew broadcast table. Let's check in with Jim Forrest.
They're going to try to go double stack and try to get a deflection on defense. And then they want to push the ball up the floor, and they want to try and penetrate if they can. If not, kick it back out and try to get a 3. The whole thing is play defense, try to get a deflection, rebound the basketball.
Thanks, Jim. On the other side, Owensboro, we heard them talking in their timeout there, Kent. They're going to try to go ISO for Kenyatta Carbon. They told everybody, go the opposite side of the floor. When he goes down, you go up.
Yeah, and he's been suffering with some leg cramps, so we'll see how this goes.
Carbon gets it in, feeds it off to Moss, off the window, left side. A Kentucky Farmers bank shot for his 11th point. 8 here in the half. And that's a 5-point lead. Here's the board. Spins in the keyhole. Back to Nate Freeze. Now Carter between the rings inside of 2 to play. Carter off to the board. Gets a screen from Carter. Carter finds a seam to the rack. Goes right at Webb. Misses the shot. Gets his rebound, and he's fouled. We'll get that one on Jai Webb. That's his third, team 6th. And that'll take us to our media time. Minute 41 to play. Owensboro still in front by 5. Back after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
People ask us sometimes if Pepsi is different here in Ohio than in other places. And the answer is, yeah, we think so. Because the taste of something is so totally deliciously affected by the flavor of everything around it. And when that flavor is Ohio, well, it's got to be better somehow. Hey, we should know. We bottle the Pepsi you know and love right here in Ohio. So when you pour yourself an ice-cold Pepsi, remember there's some OHIO in there. And that's part of why we say Pepsi, like Ohio, is oh so refreshing.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Back here at the Mountain Dew broadcast table, 1:41 to play in regulation. Kent, they had it, they being Ashland, down to 3. Jonathan Moss gets a run out in transition, finishes at the rim. His 11th point. He's got 8 here in the half, and they push it back to 5.
Yeah, and, 63-58 with just 2:07 left. Ashland not using the fatigue. They look fine. Just certain things haven't been going well for them, especially as we talked about at halftime, the points off turnovers. They've really never got to regroup from that, never come back from that, because that's a lot of points off Ashland's turnovers. But they had 15 so far in the game right now. Owensboro, man, taking care of the ball really, really well with the pace that they have played in transition basketball. In tonight's game, they've only turned it over 6 times.
So out of the media timeout, Xander Carter to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line for 2 shots. Carter tonight, 4 for 5 from the charity stripe. He missed the front end of his last stoppage there. Both of them will cut it to a 1-possession game. First one is up and good. He has 22 in the ball game, a double-double as well, by the way. Kenyatta Carbon leading the way on the opposite side for Owensboro with 20. Carter's free throws both go home, and it's 63-60 as Ashland will try to pick it up in the forecourt. Here's Moss working on the board, comes left side, attacks the rim, curls it off to Powell. Back in the corner now to Moss, inside of 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now Carbon hounded there by Asher Atkins out on the UK logo. Works off a screen, slips through right side to the rim.
He's tough.
22 points for the senior. And that pushes it back to 5. Here's the board from the keyhole. Left that one short. Asher Atkins with a rebound. Kicks it off to Carter. Carter attacks. Finishes. Off the right side and a timeout. Ryan Bonner. It's a 30-second timeout.
And when you visit Lexington for work or play, why not play in your stand? The newly renovated Homewood Suites, conveniently located off I-75 in the Hamburg Pavilion. With studio and 1-bedroom suites, you'll find all the modern comforts of home, including a full hot breakfast daily, evening social on Wednesday night, free Wi-Fi, and a fitness center, the pool, the sports court, outdoor kitchen, and the fire pit. Call 859-543-0464 to make you can make your home away from home in Lexington. The Homewood Suites at Hamburg. This one winding down with a minute left Ashland 23 of 54 shooting, 43%. And Owensboro not much better, but 25 of 61, 41%. But the thing about that right now, JC, they've got the 3-point lead.
And more importantly, Ashland has gotten to this point several times in the fourth quarter, just never been able to get over this hump. They need a big defensive stop right here, and they'll pick it up court again. Here's Moss, kicks it ahead. Taylor slows it down on the far sideline. Skip pass near side of Carbon, and Asher Atkins reaches out and fouls him. That's his first, team 6. Next foul either way will have both teams shooting bonus the rest of the way. About almost 7 seconds expire off the 60-second clock. Damon Powell to trigger in for the Red Devils. Brings it right into Moss, gets it back. And now Braxton Jennings will deliver the foul, his first, team 7th. And will shoot free throws the rest of the way. And Jonathan Moss, 66% free throw shooter, will make his stop at the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line for the first time tonight. 10 points, 3 rebounds in the region. 10 and 2 a game, respectively, of points and rebounds. Missed the front iron short. Here's a chance for Ashland to tie or take the lead. Here's Jennings from the corner, dribbles out of the pressure. Ashland's got to get the basketball and get it settled down, and a reach-in foul before they have to do something. And Tyler Taylor gets his second, team 7th. And that's going to put the sophomore, Braxton Jennings, to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line for 1 in the bonus. Jennings 6 points on a pair of threes, 1 in each quarter in the first and second. 75% free throw shooter. Biggest free throws of his life coming up right here. Eisen fires and tickles a twine with ease as that one flies through and cuts the lead to 2. 39.5 seconds to go into regulation. Could we see bookended overtime games here on day number 1? Woodford County needed an extra period to solve that one. That one's front iron short. Nate Freeze with a rebound. Ashland with a chance to tie or take the lead. Oh. Big block there as Xander Carter put it up in front of Webb, and he is fouled. And then a foul in the backcourt. I believe they'll get that one on the board, which should put Jonathan Moss to the free throw line, and it is.
That was a big time block.
So the board picks up his third, team's 8th. And a huge block there by Webb. And Jonathan Moss missed the front end of the bonus the last trip to the Grayson Sporting Goods free throw line. Hits both, it'll make it a 2-possession game. And he missed the front end. 30 seconds to play in regulation. Ashland down by 2. Jennings rushes it into the front court. Trying to figure out what to do with it. 3 for the leads on the wall. Clark's pump and shot 3 ball, and Ashland leads it by 14 seconds to go. Carbon forces up a shot off the right side, no good. Taylor out of the wing. Floater in the paint, won't go home. Webb has it, turnaround jumper, no. Tomcats win it. Braxton Jennings saves the season. 66-65, Tomcats win their 6th consecutive over Owensboro in the Sweet 16. What a finish. 6-0 run by the Tomcats over the final 60 seconds. And the Tomcats using maybe their 9th life. Either way, they play Friday against Warren Central. What a ball game. Post-game show when we continue after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
The fourth quarter has been brought to you by Shawnee State University. Let Shawnee State help write your success story. Go to shawneestate.edu for more information.
Someone will be with you. Don't know when. Don't hold your breath, but keep waiting. You don't have anything better to do.
You know, at First and People's Bank, you don't have to wait for an answer. The decision makers are at the bank, and the friendly tellers are always ready to wait on you. First and People's Bank, the home office. Member Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
Spring is coming, but the specials are already here at Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State. Assorted cheese mix and bugle snacks, 2 for $4. Jack Link beef jerky, 3.25 ounce size, $6.99. Assorted Hershey king size candy bars, 2 for $3. Assorted Kellogg's Pop-Tarts, 2 for $2. Great specials plus quality Argo gasoline is what you'll find at Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State. Clark's Pump and Shops. Return, refresh, refuel.
Let the Roark Insurance Agency in Flatwoods, Grayson, or Morehead, Kentucky, with over 25 years of combined experience with nationwide insurance, take care of you and your family. Call 606-836-6666 to join the nation and the Roark Insurance Agency, providing auto, homeowners, and life insurance with coverage you can count on, protecting your house, personal property, and your life to meet your needs, life, and budget. Call 606-836-6666 for the Roark Insurance Agency.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
Back here at the Mountain Dew broadcast table, the old saying, when you got a chance to put somebody away, do it. Owensboro does it. Ashland, a 6-0 run over the last 60 seconds. And the sixth meeting against Owensboro in the Sweet 16 comes up another win for the Tomcats. 66-65. They win it here after trailing by 10 twice in the first quarter. They were down by 6 after 1. It was a 30-28 Owensboro lead after 2. Owensboro pushed it out to 4 through 3. Ashland trailed by 5 many times in the fourth quarter, but then the 1 minute period or 1 minute timeout there at the end, Ashland closes on a 6-0 run, and Braxton Jennings hits his 10th point of the ball game with his third 3 of the night. He goes 3 for 4 from downtown Tripletown. The sophomore with the biggest points of his life wins it for the Tomcats here 66-65 as the Tomcats move on to play Warren Central on Friday. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll take a look at the stats and scoring for this one, preview the matchups tomorrow, and wrap it up here tonight on day number 1 from Rupp Arena. 66 final, Ashland a winner, or when we continue after this on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender. When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
People ask us sometimes if Pepsi is different here in Ohio than in other places. And the answer is, yeah, we think so. Because the taste of something is so totally deliciously affected by the flavor of everything around it. And when that flavor is Ohio, well, it's got to be better somehow. Hey, we should know. We bottle the Pepsi you know and love right here in Ohio. So when you pour yourself an ice-cold Pepsi, remember there's some OHIO in there. And that's part of why we say Pepsi, like Ohio, is oh so refreshing.
Why is Morehead State a top 25 university in the South? MSU offers great college classes, flexible schedules, safe campus, and quality, affordable education in a student-focused learning environment. MSU students excel in small classes taught by dedicated faculty and staff committed to success and placing you on a career path. Soar higher at Morehead State University. Visit our website at moreheadstate.edu.
Back here at the Mountain Dew broadcast table, a thriller to end day number one as Ashland overcomes a 10-point deficit in the first half and trailed by 5 several trips down the fourth and final quarter. And they win this one on a big-time shot for Braxton Jennings, 66-65. Kent, you want to take a look at some stats here to wrap up this game?
Yeah, sure will. The Tomcats win it 66-65. You look at our final stats for this evening. The Tomcats, 42% shooting, 25 of 59. Owensboro, 40%, 26 of 55. Ashland dismal from the free throw or from the three-point land, but it didn't matter. They won the ball game, 8 of 25. Owensboro was 4 of 11. From the free throw line to Tomcats were 62%. Owensboro, 69%. The Cats would turn the ball over 15 times, and then Owensboro would turn it over, let's see, where'd they go, 6 times. And then points off turnovers, you would have Ashland with 2, big stat for Owensboro, the Red Devils 22. Total rebounds, Ashland 45, Owensboro 33. Second chance points, the Tomcats would have 21, and then Owensboro would have 10 bench points, 12 for the Tomcats, 6 for Owensboro. No team had any points in the paint. Each team had 4 blocks. Tomcats would have 3 steals to Owensboro's 6. 14 assists for the Red Devils. The Tomcats would have 8. We had 5 ties in the ball game and 8 lead changes. So our quarterfinals are set for Friday at 11 o'clock. Elizabethtown will take on Woodford County. And at 1:30, Tomcats will have their work cut out for them, taking on a very good Warren Central ball club. But the Tomcats win this one tonight. And congratulations to Tomcats and Ryan Bonner.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up. If Coach Bonner steps to the podium, we'll take you to that live as well as we continue here in the postgame show on the Schoolboy Radio Network.
Hello, I'm Michael Bowling, Senior Vice President of Kentucky Farmers Bank. When you do business with Kentucky Farmers Bank, you're making an investment in your community. Your money stays local, we never sell your loan, and in turn, we invest in local families, churches, schools, and charities. We believe in our community, and that's why we are the better bank for loans.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for loans since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
People ask us sometimes if Pepsi is different here in Ohio than in other places. And the answer is, yeah, we think so. Because the taste of something is so totally deliciously affected by the flavor of everything around it. And when that flavor is Ohio, well, it's got to be better somehow. Hey, we should know. We bottle the Pepsi you know and love right here in Ohio. So when you pour yourself an ice cold Pepsi, remember there's some OHIO in there. And that's part of why we say Pepsi, like Ohio, is oh so refreshing.
Why is Morehead State a top 25 university in the South? MSU offers great college classes, flexible schedules, safe campus, and quality, affordable education in a student-focused learning environment. MSU students excel in small classes taught by dedicated faculty and staff committed to success and placing you on a career path. Soar higher at Morehead State University. Visit our website at moreheadstate.edu.
I think everybody here knows who the physically most tough team was tonight.
Back here at the Mountain Dew broadcast table, let's go to the media room. Ryan Bonner's at the table.
What did you tell about these guys about the atmosphere of the state tournament?
I was just telling them it's great. You know, it's a great atmosphere, but at the same time, we got to keep our highs medium and our lows medium. We can't get too high and too low because if we do that, it's a game of runs, and we're going to bounce back no matter what. Just just enjoy it, soak it up, and hopefully we can move on, and we did.
Any final questions? Coach Bonner, congratulations to you and the Tomcats.
Thank you.
Morehead State University. Morehead State University. The Brent Roark Insurance Agency. Commercial Bank of Grayson. The Greenup Beacon. First and People's Bank. And by Pepsi. This has been a special sports presentation of Cool Hits 105.7, the Cool Hits Sports Network, and the Schoolboy Radio Network.